Bluey is an Australian cartoon that quickly stole the hearts of families around the world with its cuteness, humor, and sensitivity in dealing with everyday family themes. But did you know that the show has undergone many changes from one region of the world to another? Like the episode Family Meeting, which was altered for the lamest reason ever. Unlike most Bluey episodes that have been changed, this one was problematic from the start, since the entire focus is a mock trial of Bandit after Bluey accuses him of farting right in her face. Chili acts as the judge, and the evidence presented by Bluey includes various foods known for causing gas. Honestly, this change makes no sense, especially since it's one of the funniest and most creative episodes in the entire series. I don't think there's a single family in the world that doesn't joke about farts or something similar, so this episode resonates with a huge audience, and practically everyone found it hilarious. The episode had been banned, but the decision was reversed after public outcry accused Disney, the same company that created Pumbaa from The Lion King, of hypocrisy. Because Pumbaa is the fartiest character Disney has ever created, and then the episode was added back. So grab your notepads and hold your noses, because today we're showing you all the Bluey scenes that are different in other countries. Another video is starting now on Zigzag. In the episode Markets, a scene was edited for a reason that most viewers probably wouldn't even care about, since it's actually a really funny moment, precisely because it's so unexpected. In it, Bluey gets some money from the Tooth Fairy and is looking for ways to spend it on something she and Indy can enjoy together. They come across a unicorn trainer, which is literally just a pony with a fake horn on its head. The unicorn, named Buttermilk, ends up pooping on the grass, making the girls scream and run away. In the original version, the audience can see the poop, but this was changed in the Disney Plus version. Interestingly, this Bluey episode is available unedited everywhere else outside of Australia. On the US Bluey DVD, the original version is included as a bonus feature, like a deleted scene. Even more interesting is that the episode was previously aired on Disney Junior with the poop scene restored, only for them to reverse that decision later. Another episode from season 1 that was edited for an apparently minor reason was an episode called Taxi. In it, Bluey plays pretend as a taxi driver, taking Bandit and Bingo to different places. Bandit plays the role of a businessman who desperately needs to get to the airport. When they arrive at the imaginary destination, Bluey decides she'd rather pretend to be a pilot, and this is where the moment differs depending on where the show is aired. Bandit boards an imaginary plane and realizes that the reckless taxi driver from before is now the pilot. Upon seeing this, Bingo pretends that her doll throws up on Bandit's lap. When the episode aired in the US, the barf scene was missing. This is one of the silliest reasons to change a Bluey episode, especially since so many other kids' shows have shown characters throwing up, especially younger characters like Bingo. And it's not even a real throw-up moment here. It's just Bingo going, "Blee!" with her tongue sticking out. I find this change completely unnecessary, since at some point in life, everyone has probably pretended to throw up just like Bingo did. It's not like this is going to brainwash the entire young audience of the world, causing an apocalypse where people can only communicate through fake vomiting sounds. I think if you also think this change was totally unnecessary, type #barf in the comments to let us know. In the episode Fruit Bat from early season 1, Bluey wants to be a bat. In this season 1 episode, Bluey is throwing a tantrum because she doesn't want to go to bed. In her mind, if she turns into a bat, she won't have to sleep since the fruit bats she observed are nocturnal animals. Please, don't confuse this with that bizarre Amy Adams movie, okay? Thanks. In her imagination, she transforms into a bat and stays up all night. But in reality, she falls asleep and starts dreaming. She even enters Bandit's dream to witness the awesome rugby goal he scored against his brothers. But the altered scene has nothing to do with this. It happens before Bluey even tries to go to sleep for the first time. At the beginning of the original episode, she's playing pretend as a penguin, sliding on the wet floor to belly glide, just like real penguins do. But if you watch the show on Disney Junior, you'll notice a change. They removed the scene of Bluey sliding on the floor because they thought it could be a bad influence on American children. Everywhere else, the Penguin Bluey scene remains intact, As you can see on your screen, it's no secret that Disney does everything possible to maintain a family-friendly image, avoiding anything that could be interpreted as inappropriate. Because of this, the episode Daddy Put Down was altered when it was added to Disney Plus over a single line of dialogue. In the episode, Bingo and Bluey are explaining to Bandit what a baby shower is, and he pretends not to know. They clarify that it's not when you put a baby in hot water to drink it, but rather a party to give gifts to a woman who has a baby in her belly. At that moment, Bingo asks her dad how babies end up in their mom's bellies, and Bandit dodges the question by spinning Bingo around on the swing. And apparently, Disney wasn't happy about that. While the decision of when to teach kids about conception varies for each parent, Disney wanted to avoid controversy, so they altered the episode, calling the scene inappropriate. Oh no, the horror of finding out where babies come from. Episode 13 of the second season was altered for a reason similar to the episode we just talked about. This episode was changed so much that it's simply impossible to watch on certain platforms like Disney Plus or Apple TV. Yes, they literally erased the episode. If you try to check the episode list, you'll see that the numbering jumps from episode 12 to 14. On Apple TV, for example, the episode isn't available in Brazil, but in the US, it is. Go figure, right? Do you remember which episode this is? This is the one where the girls find the kangaroo pouch that Chili used when she was pregnant, and Bandit imitates what Chili was like when she was pregnant with Bingo herself inside the little pouch. The episode is lighthearted and doesn't go into anything explicit, but it doesn't align with Disney's strict standards for children's programming. There was never an official explanation from Disney about why they didn't include the episode, though it's very likely due to the discussion about childbirth. Because, once again, heaven forbid children find out that women get pregnant. This was the first episode of Bluey to be completely removed by Disney on some platforms when the show was brought to the US. For those curious to see what it's about, the full episode is available on YouTube. Are you enjoying this video's content? Then show your support by clicking to subscribe below. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell. These types of shows, especially those aimed at younger people, have little tolerance for themes that could be interpreted as too adult, if you know what I mean. That's why the episode Perfect was altered when it arrived in the US. In it, there's a flashback where Bandit plays boomerang with Bluey and talks with Fido. That conversation was originally about neutering, the good old castration that most pets like dogs and cats have to go through. Something normal, right? Although it's easy to understand why this would be a natural topic for dogs, as it's a part of life for most of them. And it's pretty funny since it's one of the few times Bluey characters actually act like canines. However, in the US version, the conversation was changed to be about Bandit having his teeth removed. Although Bluey usually touches on more mature topics subtly, such as premature birth, divorce, and infertility, this reference was considered a step too far by Disney. And in this case, I can actually understand why. It makes sense, even though I still find the original joke very